a 30-second intro after this.
No worries.
It's up, it's down, it's fast, it's slow, it's sad, it's happy, it's flat, it's moody, it's the rhythm of life, the rhythm of life, yeah. The rhythm of life, yeah, the rhythm of life.
Boom. Hello everybody. We're here together with Lucian and Manus. Manus is a guy I just met at the BusinessLeague gala, and the first thing that I said to myself after having a conversation with him was that he needs to be on this podcast. And as somebody who has a lot of ideas, sometimes I also need to implement them. So here I am as a co-host today only, together with Lucian. Hello Lucian, hello Manus. It's a great joy to be together with you tonight.
Hello Mihai, hello Manus, hello everybody.
Hello.
Nice to have you, Manus, here. Manus is the new GTM country manager in Ireland at To Performant BusinessLeague.
Yeah.
That's me.
How are you, Manus?
Sure, look, lads, if I was any better, I couldn't cope. Thanks very much for having me. Absolute dream.
I just wanted to acknowledge that we just had a short conversation before we started, and all three of us had a very, very busy day. And we are starting this podcast with that, oh my God, we are tired. We need to go live. Let's see what happens. So with that in mind, and without any script, I would love to give the audience of this podcast the opportunity to get to know you a little better. And for me, it was the first experience meeting somebody who is a full-blown Irish, proud Irish, and it's I don't know. It's only 2 or 3 years ago, I think I realized that Irish is a language, and I'm ashamed that my ignorance was that big. But since I got to know you, we even created landing pages in Irish, and it's
for me, I think Manus, you are the first Irish guy that I meet. Really,
Ever,
I think. Now, yeah. You're the first Irish guy. But I understand
I hope I'm making a good impression.
Yeah.
No. Well, look. At least for you, Mihai, it was 3 years ago. For Lucian, it was 3 minutes ago. So it's good that you were at some level aware.
But I'm curious, how do you feel about that? Because some people might feel weird that people have not heard about the Irish language or have not.
How many people are speaking Irish? You said
about
600,000.
600,000. About 600,000 people speak Irish on a daily basis. Now, obviously, that number is possibly a bit inflated. Because what they do is they put out the census once a year, and people tick a box and they say, do you speak Irish on a daily basis? And they tick the box. And some people, they might just say thank you to the shopkeeper in Irish, and then they would say go to Mahagat, and then that would be enough. And then they would say that, yes, I do speak Irish every day. So I would say the amount of people who actually speak it is probably, like, who fluently is probably a lot lower. But everyone learns it in school.
In school, yeah. In school, you learn in English or Irish, or are there both?
It's both. So, like for myself, I did all my classes in Irish, primary and secondary school, and then, but the vast majority of schools would be in English, but there is an Irish language subject. Now, in my own opinion, that's kind of one of the problems and the reasons why it's not really spoken much anymore, because it's very, very poorly taught, and it's taught very like English. So it's taught in terms of plays and poems and stories. And the thing is when are we going to meet up in 20 years time and speak about a poem? You know, it's not going to happen. So I would love a situation where there was Irish being like the promotion of the Irish language to be spoken. There's a saying in Irish which is it's Baha and Tanga Ia Larich, which means the life of the language is to speak it. And I think that should definitely hold true in an educational sense as well.
I want to do an exercise. I want you to describe yourself in English, first in Irish.
Okay.
And the same thing in English for the audience to hear the Irish language. For me, it's a completely different language.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. So, Manus Dálaigh Sanandum, Rugach me Sablian Nidag Nogus Akuig, Hawaii, America. Gaji Shatan Tereshaveg Obru Gilachan, Erfa Jablina Newis, August Tom Ansasta Aveg Oberinish, to perform. My name is Manus Daly. I was born in the year 1995 in Hawaii, USA. I've been working in sales now for about 10 years, and I'm very, very excited to be working with To Performance.
I understood about 0.01 Irish introduction.
Yeah. So there you go, Lucian. You were saying that it wasn't a real language about 10 minutes ago.
I didn't know. Don't throw rocks at me. I didn't know, really.
But I heard something interesting. So you said you are born in Hawaii?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I was born in Hawaii. So I'm a US citizen as well. I lived in Boston for 4 years, and from 1995 until from 2019 until just recently, actually 2022, 23. I came back to Ireland. But yeah, I was born in Hawaii. I've only been back once. I went back once when I was 12, but I'd love to go back as an adult. My mother was a lecturer at University of Hawaii, so I just got born there purely by chance, and I spent 10 days there and then went back to Ireland. Not really a massive connection.
Yeah, but it allowed you to experience a completely different culture at a very young age, and now you have some roots in a very ancient lands that
Yeah, absolutely. Two countries fighting for freedom. Yeah,
exactly. So how is Manus connected to this fight for freedom? How did it reverberate in your life so far?
It's actually kind of interesting, to be honest. My mom was raised in the north, so in Northern Ireland during the Troubles. So I suppose I've always been hearing about kind of the goings on of colonialism, and it's played a big part in sort of how my life has been shaped. And I think the vast majority of Irish people are in a similar boat. I feel that we're very much so about standing up for the little guy, and sort of a bit fight the power, kind of rebels. It's probably why Doreen likes living here. But so yeah, definitely it's my country and my culture are incredibly important to me, and a massive part of who I am. And I'm hoping to carry that into how I operate with BusinessLeague. I think it's important that as a company coming into this country, that we try to assimilate and to try to connect with the Irish people. So, like you were saying, we have we have a landing page in Irish, and I'm hoping to be launching at a couple of Irish language events over the coming months as well.
I'm curious, what brought you to a sales career path?
It's honestly kind of an interesting one, to be honest. I was working in retail originally. So I first of all I went to college. I wanted to go to college for sports management. So I had that down as my first choice, and I didn't get it. I was just shy of a maths requirement. So I went to the same college anyway, and I was doing Irish and philosophy, which I did for about maybe 6 weeks, I'd say. And then I realized I was trying to transfer into the sports course, but I found out I wasn't able to. So I stayed on for a bit longer, and then I realized I was already fluent in Irish and I was depressed enough as it is. So I didn't need either of those subjects, and decided to drop out. And I started working in a retail store, and it was there that I started just selling clothes. It's selling clothes to people, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And it's a different kind of sales, I suppose, that what people are kind of used to. It's in Ireland anyway, I think that it's very much so relationship based. So I'd have a lot of return customers and building relationships with them and providing good customer service. And then my manager said that I should probably get into sales. And so when I went back to college and did business and management, and so when I finished, I said, yeah, why not? Let's give this a go. And I've been at it ever since.
And how do you feel all this history of your professional life so far? I'm curious, how do you see this new role that you have with 2Performant right now? Do you feel that it's something that completes your history up until now? Do you feel that it's maybe a bigger umbrella that you have carried until now, or is it something that you feel really comfortable in?
Honestly, I'm absolutely delighted. This is just the kind of role that I've always envisioned for myself. It's the level of autonomy and trust, and that Doreen and Anna have given to me, and as well as that, just the support is massive. It's huge, and it means a lot, and it incentivizes me to work a lot harder. The autonomy, though, is an interesting one, because I've never had this kind of autonomy before, where if I think of something, I can just do it. So at the start, I was going back to Anna all the time and saying, you know, yeah, can I do this? Is it okay if we do this? She's like, I don't care. Get it, you know, you're the Irish guy. So that's been a bit of getting used to. But I'm really enjoying it. It enables me to be more strategic, to have a bit of fun with what I do, to loop in some of the contacts that I've had in the past that I've always thought would be good to work with. And really, it's just been a great opportunity so far, and already we're ahead of the curve in the Irish market of where we expect it to be, and I think the only way is up from here.
How many stores do you sign up until now?
So we have 4 currently signed up.
In what time frame? What time frame?
4 stores in. When did I have a look at my calendar here? So I got back on the 3rd. So yeah, about 10 days. So 2 weeks, give or take, just a bit under. So the original
Good job, man.
The original sort of outline that I was sent by Doreen was 3 stores in February, 8 next month, and then 5 the month after, or 4 the month after. So we're on track in terms of stores. It's just a matter of making sure that we ramp up the sales.
The stores that you sign up, they worked with an affiliate network before or no?
Never. No, their affiliate marketing just isn't really a thing in Ireland, which I think is one of the big things which I mentioned at the BusinessLeague Awards, is that it has never really been a thing in Ireland. It's a thing for big players, but not really for the SMB space. There's lots of stuff with influencer marketing. Go on.
How do you explain to a store owner that never heard of affiliate marketing, and what were the funny responses or funny interactions with them, if you had one? Because if somebody asks me what you do for a living, I say internet marketing, and I go on with that.
Sell it to Lucian.
Sell me this pen. No, it's an interesting one. I'm still trying to get the messaging down, to be honest. I think that the best way to describe it for me so far has been that you join our platform and we connect you with some people who are some marketers who are in diverse traffic sources that you've never dealt with before, and you only pay for the sales that they make. So that's effectively the way that I have been selling it till now. But obviously there's still a lot of questions in that as well. So I think the best way to do it is to actually just get up the platform and show a store. I think that's the best way to really display it. Some people get it straight away, some people don't. There's been a bit of pushback in terms of CSS. Some people are of the opinion that it might, that their products might be double served, or people might be bidding on their words, or there's a bit of pushback on that, but it's nothing that we can't overcome, and there's plenty of other channels there. It just depends. It's about setting the expectation for the customer, I think.
Tuperhorner deals with that from many years now, and I think it has the knowledge and the tools to help you.
Yeah, it's in the terms of service. Like it's written in there. So yeah.
And Tuperformant also checks as an tool that checks for brand searches and things like that. Also on CSS, on search, and if somebody bids from mistake or bad intention, they get alerted. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you ever get notified, Lucian?
Yeah, I get because because in Google there are many variations of a brand, and people do typos with the search, and the Google recommends the ad. Yeah. Even if you put the right negatives, it can show on the brand on the derivatives of.
That just shows that the monitoring you mentioned works.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to be aware of the fact that this is not necessarily a podcast about BusinessLeague. Special guest is Manus. But at the same time, the only thing that I can think of is the huge success and the energy that has been going around in our Slack channels around Candy Cave. What is Candy Cave? I never heard about a candy store, online store. What's going on there?
So this is a really interesting one, right? Because this is kind of this kind of started off, actually, this whole thing in Ireland and the UK on the likes of Instagram and Snapchat, that people were selling American candies, and they would have whole pages dedicated to them, and people would be sharing them. It was kind of like a side hustle, because people would buy them at like in bulk and then start dishing them out, almost like dealing them. You know what I mean? And so so Candy Cave, I suppose, is capitalizing on this trend. And these kind of candies are very hard to get. You don't get them in stores, but you see them on TV all the time. And there's kind of a buzz created around them. The brand is popular. Everyone knows it. And so James from Candy Cave sort of saw this gap in the market and decided to go for it. And James is, I suppose, just he's first of all just a great guy. I talk to he's like a friend to me, to be honest. I talk to him every day. He's just a real, like, he's a big go-getter, and he's willing to try new things. And he used to work in sales as well, so I suppose me and him we kind of vibe a bit over that. But what he's doing is he actually sells more in Germany than he does in Ireland. So he noticed that he was getting a few sales from Germany, so he just doubled down on the German market. He hired a couple of TikTokers to start doing German UGC for him, UGC, sorry, and started sort of doing a lot of Google ads there. And now he's teamed up with Temu. He's a big fan of ourselves, obviously, as well. And he's just willing to try things out and get the ball rolling. And he'll be delighted with this shout out as well, by the way. If anybody's listening, get yourself onto Candy Cave. He's doing big bundles at the moment. Go support our boy James.
I want to shout out another store that you launched, Kingdom. I saw in the description that the first affiliate that generates 2,000 in sales will win a weekend trip to Castle Hotel, stay in Ireland.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, he will.
That's a first for.
That's Cuddle. He's a fellow that I worked with at Wayflyer. He's big in the e-commerce. He actually runs an e-commerce newsletter now that has over, I've forgotten exactly how many he said, but I think it might be 1 million subscribers possibly in the US. So he's trying to get it off the ground, and he's a well-connected guy from the Midlands of Ireland. And I saw that as well myself actually on Friday. Absolute genius. I think it's a really good incentive. I think so. Yeah.
Speaking about this incentive, I want to bring up a question we have here from an old friend, Romanian entrepreneur who now lives in US. Gabriel Alin is asking, are you competing with networks like, and he names a couple of networks that I don't know. I heard about Impact. So let's see from what you know so far about BusinessLeague and the other networks that are present in the European market. What is the competition looking like? I mean, do you feel there is a competition? Do you feel that these guys are doing the same thing as BusinessLeague?
Honestly, not to my knowledge. Anybody I've spoken to, this has been quite a novel idea. They've been very, very impressed by it. And honestly, I had a chat today with a guy I know who works in Spain as a consultant for about 6 or 7 different brands. And I was showing him the platform today. He says, I've never seen anything like this. This is amazing. He was thinking to himself, he was like, I generated like X amount, I forgot what he said, the exact number, but I generated X amount of sales with this particular Meta campaign a while back. And if I've been getting paid 8% for every sale, I'd be a very, very rich man. So I think there's a high potential for somebody like that to do it in 2 ways. He could be bringing on his brands and also, making a bit of money on the side. I think the most important thing, I suppose, to think about this in terms of where I see it going in Ireland anyway, is to create a full ecosystem. This isn't just a service that we provide for customers. This is also an opportunity for other people to make money. This is a full living, breathing organism ecosystem that we're trying to cultivate and grow. So I don't think there is anything else like this in terms of what's around on the market, and other people haven't really been haven't heard of anything like it either. A lot of people are very much in the clutches of classic marketing agencies.
How are the classic marketing agencies in Ireland?
What
they
the question?
Speak? They speak about performance marketing, or what they do for your experience.
Yeah, they don't. They typically don't really speak about performance marketing. I think it would be mostly, managing Google ads, I suppose, managing PMax campaigns. There would be, depending on who you're with, some of them specialize in different things. So, there's some people who are working like only with social media, for example. They only create UGC content, and they might create the copy for the social media posts. And then there's other ones who focus more so on, for example, graphic design, or and some of them are sort of all encompassing. So it really depends. But a classic marketing agency could be anywhere from one person to even 100 people, depending on the situation. And there's always a lot of competition between them to acquire clients as well.
Do you see them as enemies, or like what?
It depends.
For BusinessLeague platform,
I don't think so. I think it's all about framing. I think okay, right. So many agencies in Romania, they say to the clients that affiliates steal their conversion. And there is a thing. There is obviously skepticism. From my last job working in performance marketing, I encountered that. There's lots of agencies who will throw a spanner in the works, mainly due to the fact that they're scared of losing their customers. I think that a way that it can still work is if we work alongside them, and we are already having those conversations. It really depends on the marketing agency themselves. Myself and Gabrielle last week had a really, really productive conversation with a social media marketing agency who is more than happy to add us on as an extra string to his bow. So he's happy to bring us on board, to introduce us to some big box clients. The first testing ground is going to be a company that's already doing 14 million in revenue, and so that's kind of the angle that we're looking to take. So if this is a successful partnership, then I don't see why we wouldn't be able to do it with other companies as well, as long as, I suppose, they get the credit. I think that's very, very important to them. So it doesn't. It's all about sort of having a bit of fun, playing around, seeing if we can help each other, and making sure that everybody's happy. But there's enough space for everyone. We're not competing.
Yeah.
For now.
It sounds like it. Yeah. How many calls roughly do you have per day, Manus?
Well, today I had 6 or 7 meetings, calls with people today for various reasons. We were speaking with Ecom Live, which is the #1 ecom group, I suppose, community group in Ireland and the UK. So I was chatting to them about trying to get involved with a couple of their events. I had another chat with a Shopify partner who is who is going to introduce us to a couple of his clients. And then as well as that, I had a chat with the gentleman in Spain who's going to bring on a couple of other Irish brands for us as well. And then just before this call, I had a quick call with a lad in New York who wanted to show me some fancy new software that I'm probably going to use. That's kind of it, I suppose. At the moment, we're very much so in. Let's go for we're in the stage at the moment of let's try to set ourselves up. Let's go for some low-hanging fruit. Let's take the quick wins, the easy wins, the wins that we're going to get off relationships and people that we already know, and relationships that we've already cultivated. There's no point in it. Go on.
And people who have the experience to understand what you're selling.
Exactly. Because you need to have the right kind of. What I've discovered is you need to have the right kind of customer who's willing to engage and to really enjoy the product. So I think this is myself talking. Is that there is no need for me to go in spraying and praying and burning bridges from the get-go. We may as well take a step back, get a couple of people on board who are actually going to use it, who are going to see the benefit, and who are going to be our case studies. These guys are going to be the people that we're going to be able to say, look at what we've done for Candy Cave. Look at what we've done for whoever. And when we have that nailed down, then we can start going out and letting other people know. But Ireland is a small country, you know. You're half a degree of separation away from anybody. So it's it really helps to be taking a warm approach, at least initially.
I noticed quite an interesting blend of choices in your education history. You mentioned a little bit about US, and I don't know if this is accurate, but our ChatGPT research showed up as well something in Argentina, and
yes, that's correct.
A Yale negotiation course.
That is correct.
Yeah, it's something that stood out from the research. I'm happy to learn more about it if you want to share.
Absolutely, yeah. I did my year abroad in Argentina, which was just an amazing experience. I love it out there. It's probably my favorite place in the world. The people are so friendly, very similar to Irish people, and they like to have a good time. And so I spent a year down there. I learned a bit of Spanish, and I came back. And one day, hopefully, I might be able to retire there, but we'll see. But I love it. I love it out in Argentina. I also spent a bit of time in Brazil teaching English in the Amazon, and did a good bit of traveling in Chile as well. But I still need to finish I need to tick the north of South America off my list, and Central America too. So that's going to be on the agenda hopefully very soon. And then so I lived in the States then. Like I said, as soon as I finished college, I decided that I was going to go off to America to take a bit of a year out and chill. So this was I got there in September 2019. So as you could imagine, that wasn't a great time to be going, because 6 months later I was in the depths of COVID. I remember it very well because it was the 15th of March. And it was 2 days before St. Patrick's Day, and I was really gearing up for a good celebration. But it unfortunately got cancelled. So I then came back to Ireland for 6 months, and then went back out to Boston, because Ireland was in lockdown for probably 2.5 years, give or take, until all of the restrictions were lifted. And then went back to America 6 months later, because there was work to be found, and I was getting very, very bored. So that's when I decided to go back. And so the Yale certificate is actually from that period during COVID, because I decided they were giving out free degrees to upskill, I suppose, through Coursera. So I said, I'll give this a go. So I started it in 2020, and I finished it 3 months ago, because I forgot about it and I went back to finish it. So that's the story with that. But it just looks good on the CV, you know.
And it's also a useful skill, I think.
It is. The gift of negotiation.
You also did AI for Business, National College in Ireland.
I'm still doing that, yeah. I'm doing that right now.
Oh, okay. What? I am teaching AI from the internet. I am curious what they are teaching in school. What kind of lessons? How we?
It's interesting stuff. It's a lot of, I suppose, me not being from a technical background, it's all very, very new to me. But most of the students who are in there who are from a technical background say it's all stuff that they've done before. So it's a lot of data governance, for example, is in there. It's like risk management, change management. But then, as well as that, then there's things like, I suppose last semester it was like AI basics and like an introduction to AI and things like that. And we're learning about, for me, for my project, I did recommendation models because I thought it was relevant to AI and how they learn and they know what products to recommend to customers when they land on the page, and how cold starts are affecting these kind of recommender models. So I was I did a bit of they were the three subjects from last semester, and this semester we're doing AI agents and automations. So we're getting into the fun stuff now. So AI agents and automations. Then it's sorry, go on.
I have to ask. It's with open source things or also closed source like ChatGPT.
Yeah, we haven't really actually even gotten into using any of the
it's just theoretical.
It's all theory. Yeah. It's all theory based so far. I did expect to be a bit more of a whiz by now, but maybe I should have gone down the path of Mihai and taught myself. But it's interesting stuff to know. It's good stuff to know in terms of how things are working. I suppose I was looking to try to get into something that was I wanted to learn a bit more about AI so that I don't lose my job, and I wanted to have some actual skills as opposed to the soft skills of talking to people on a phone. So some hard skills would be useful.
You know what? I'm curious because you've been looking at the Romanian market since you joined, and you also have some previous experience in the e-commerce market in Ireland. And I'm very interested to learn about what's different. How is the maturity of the e-commerce industry? I don't know, publishers, affiliates. Have you noticed any difference between the two markets? This is quite
yeah. I suppose the big one is that we're just such a consumerist economy. Really, we I quoted this on stage at the in Bucharest, but it was 96% of Irish people bought something online last year, whereas only 60% of Romanians did. So we are an extremely mature market. We love throwing money around effectively. It was something like 74% of people bought food online every week. We are internet, I suppose, with the coming of, is a few different factors involved there. It's the fact that almost everybody in Ireland, or at least a large percentage of them, they work within tech, because we've become sort of the tech hub of Europe. We have all of the large S&P 500 companies are all ingrained in our society, more so than I would like, to be honest, because it's drastically affecting the housing prices. But we're a very sort of technology first society, and I suppose I suppose you could read that and say we're just kind of lazy. We love to get things. We're not going around walking around and buying stuff in real life. We're ordering it in, that's I suppose that's kind of what I would take from it more than anything else, is that the market maturity is there, and people are buying more. In fact, I think it's double the amount of sales than Romania with half the size of the population. So so the market is there, it's ready to rock and roll, and and we just need to capture it.
I'm curious for Lucian now from his affiliate shoes. Do you see Ireland as an opportunity for you, or?
I see Ireland as an opportunity if we get stores that converts or have similar products with the Romanian market, because in Ireland there are too many DTCs brands, and we don't have a lot of DTC brands in Romania. And in Romania, the good niches, there are not DTC. There are all worldwide brands that are selling, or books.
For me and the rest of the audience that doesn't know what DTC is, can you?
Direct to consumer. Direct to consumer.
Direct to consumer. Brand that it's a private brand.
Yes.
It's a private brand.
I just didn't know the short term. Yeah.
I am excited about Ireland because it's a new market. The Google CSS, it's easy to promote with Google CSS on any language, and we do that method of advertising. I don't know. We will see what stores Manus brings, and I'm excited because I'm in the performance ecosystem. I am learning as Manus brings stores. I promote Candy Cave. I made I think 1 or 2 sales for them. It's a beginning.
Are you going to be aiming for that hotel? Are you going to be aiming for that hotel with you and your team?
I will. It's on my to-do list to do a little research on that store.
Yeah. I think it's actually very interesting that one of the angles that I'm seeing that people are getting excited about is the fact that the network already exists in Eastern Europe. They see it as an opportunity to grow their sales across Europe, and I think that that's something that we definitely can lean into. You know, if we're saying that we already have an existing network, we're saying we're ready to go. We have some of these models that people in Ireland have never heard of. Things like cashback, for example. That's completely alien to me. I had to have it explained to me 3 times before I got it. So those kind of models are interesting, and they're you know, it's something that they've never come across before. So I think it's something that we can definitely lean into, and we can really start seeing some benefit in going forward as well.
I think there is a little competition if we got a lot of stores. I don't see any competition. I don't think it's hard to enter the market as an affiliate CSS in Ireland.
No, I wouldn't say so either. I think we will be fine. But it is. You're right. It's about getting the right companies in that are gonna be, I suppose, that where the brand carries a lot of the weight. You know,
not the brand, the product. Because for me, Google CSS is a comparison tool.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean the brand. The brands.
The brand of the product. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like the resellers. So like, you know, we're talking like Samsung TV, for example. That's it's just going to get more. It's just going to get more traction than a D2C customer. The thing is that there is lots of D2C customers because it's such a mature market that loads of people do have these brands, and some of them are very successful. Some of them would actually have searches by themselves. There's some off the top of my head, Sculpted by Amy, Gym Plus Coffee. These kind of brands are already very, very big in Ireland, and they've had a fantastic social media and marketing push already, and they're there. There's there's got to be thousands of companies that are doing well over 20k, 30k a month in Ireland. So it's definitely there. It's just about getting them on board and proving we can do it.
In Romania also there are a lot of and in BusinessLeague platform there are a lot of D2C brands that are doing great. It's not if that the brand is big, it will do
exactly.
Good. Yeah.
I'm just a little bit curious. I'm considering what we shared at the beginning, that it's been a long day for all of us. I'm curious how Manus unwinds, or how do you recharge your batteries after a long day?
Oh, that's a good question, Mihai. I go to the gym a fair bit. I usually go in the mornings though. So I go to the gym in the mornings, and then in the evenings it's usually I'm fairly boring, to be honest. Well, sometimes I have my college courses. I do a bit of Duolingo. I play a bit of PlayStation. Maybe I might watch a bit of TV. But the weather is not great at the moment in Ireland for doing much else. As you can see outside, it's already dark, and it's not great for many outdoor activities. This is like the first sunny day we've had in 2026. So it's been raining. We've had floods everywhere, so it's not great for outdoor activities. But that's what I get up to.
And you're also involved with a football club?
Yeah, that's a passion project of mine. That goes back to what we were talking about earlier on about me wanting to do sports management. My dream has always been to work in football. I actually, probably about this time last year, actually, I interviewed for FIFA to work at the World Cup. I was very, very convinced that I got it as well. I was telling everybody in Ireland and everybody in Dublin who would listen that I was going off to Miami to work in FIFA. And this is because they put some time in my calendar to have a meeting. So I thought, well, clearly they're not going to, call me up and tell me why I didn't get the job, right? And that's exactly what it was. So it's always been a dream of mine. To work in football.
If it wasn't for that, you wouldn't be here. So
exactly. Everything has its purpose. So I was still interested in getting involved in football, and I wrote my thesis in college about the League of Ireland, and it was called "How to Save the League of Ireland." I think somebody's read it since, because they're using a lot of my ideas, and right now. And so a friend of mine, he got a job working in Bray, and then he said, "Yeah, do you want to get involved? You live around the corner." I literally live about 2 minutes walk from the stadium, so I jumped on board, and I give them a hand out where I can, be that working pulling pints at the bar or bringing in some customers. So it's great to be involved in a community project while also being able to work in something that I'm passionate about.
Manus, I want to learn from you what is the typical Irish guy or woman or people, Irish people. What are they doing? How are they? What traditions do you have? How are you day by day? What are you doing? What holidays do you have?
This is a professional research, Lucian.
Yeah, and also for the audience. Also for the audience.
Yeah. This is a deep dive. Well, I would say first and foremost, we're a very educated country. We're the most educated country in Europe. So a huge proportion of our population go to university, and typically end up in quite good jobs. So I would say a lot of people end up working in the tech sector, the finance sector. So there's a big kind of 9 to 5 culture. But as well as that, we also have a very, very strong, I suppose, working class culture that are scattered all over the world. In terms of, go on.
What are you doing what are the families doing for relaxing? How are they relaxing?
I would say going out for a meal. Probably going for walks in one of our many beautiful national parks or along the beach. The pub obviously is a central part of Irish culture, where typically you'd everyone has their local, and you go down and you chat to all the people that you know from around the area. Usually, well, in my local anyway, there's lots of Irish traditional music, so there's always a few songs being sung, usually about being colonized, and then I would say, I think more so in recent years, Ireland is very much indicative of most Western countries.
You said that you are a consumerist people.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say. You say to your friend, "Look, I got this hat at a table when you are drinking." You have things like that. I got a new phone and I got it from here, or things like that.
Yes, definitely. I think there is a lot of that for sure. I think it's dependent on the person, really, more than anything else. I think Irish people love a good deal. They love getting a good deal, and I think we don't. Well, don't we all? So I think if there's a place where you can get something a little bit cheaper, they'd be all over that. But yeah, of course, there is definitely there's people who are always dressed in some of the finest stuff, and they would there'd be lots of brands and stuff around. But I would say I think we're a very fashionable people, to be honest. I think we're pretty well dressed for the most part, and that wouldn't just be in terms of brands and the likes. It would also just be in terms of the there's a big secondhand clothes culture here as well. We have lots of charity shops and stuff like that, so that would be a big one as well. But yeah, it's a good question. I'm not really sure. I suppose we're very positive. I think we're positive, but also very negative people. As in, we take things very easily. We're very chill, but then we also love a good complain. We love to complain about things,
Romanian people also.
Yeah, exactly. Like we love complaining about things that are broken. I feel that there's a lot of there's a big culture of I don't know how to say this properly, but like I suppose I suppose look at, like, because everybody knows each other. I think there's a big culture of kind of we love like kind of talking if somebody else is successful or doing well. We kind of gossip, and if somebody is successful and somebody's doing well, it's kind of like, look at him, what's he doing? You know what I mean? And it's there's lots of strange, I suppose, nuances to Irish culture that I just don't think you get anywhere else. And I think it's a great thing that we have our ability to communicate and to not take life so seriously, but also, I suppose, being able to, like I said earlier on, just being able to stand up for the little guy when we can as well. So I think, and hardworking too, and I think that follows us around the world. I think anywhere we go, we get a great reception, or at least I always have, and it's another reason to be really, really proud of being Irish.
What is the most important holiday from a family perspective on Ireland?
Good question. I would say Christmas.
Christmas. How it's Christmas on Ireland with the family? What things do you do?
I suppose it's a long period, right? So I would say Christmas Eve typically is spent with your friends. So usually people would go out to whatever your local pub is, or wherever the pub is that most of your friends are like, hang out in that area for, or whatever. And you go out and you spend time with them, and you get home at maybe 1 o'clock. Then the next day is sort of family time. So that whole day is probably spent with family. You might go and see a good friend, maybe. I'm an only child, so I would sometimes maybe go off to one of my friends' houses. But the morning is opening presents and all that kind of stuff, and then
there is a lot of food. There is a lot of food. The women cook a lot on that period, or not? Because in Romania they are cooking for 3 days. And,
yeah, I think it's more the preparation is more so done on the day. So like last year, I went to my my uncle and auntie's house, and they just like they had the turkey and they had it cooking the whole day, and then we just had the meal, and then we usually go into the sitting room, maybe play a few games, sing a few songs, and then head on home. And then the day after that is you probably go and see your friends again. There used to be, when I was growing up, there used to be a tradition of going to the races and spending all your money on the races. But luckily, I've
races? What
the horse races?
Horse races. You are betting on horse races.
Yes. On
live.
You go to the racetrack. Yeah, and everyone gets dressed up. Everyone gets dressed up in their suits, and their peaked caps, and everyone goes to the horse race, and you put bets on the horse. So that would be the typical one. There's also, what
was your biggest win? What was
my biggest win ever is probably about 400 off like a tenner, which was a good return. I think I just chose the name that I liked the best, and it just happened to go well for me.
That's a very good return.
yeah. The other one was but there's other traditions on Christmas Day, now that you mentioned it, that are kind of wild. It's like everyone goes swimming. So like on Christmas Day, there'd be loads of people who just jump into the water. Into the sea.
Inside pools, right?
No, into the sea. They jump into the sea on Christmas Day. Yeah. There's a huge like, it wouldn't be me personally. I couldn't do it, but there's a big tradition of that. They love jumping into the sea. And then that'll be pretty much it. But St. Stephen's Day, or Boxing Day as they call it in the rest of the world. I think it's only Ireland that says St. Stephen's Day. For the horse racing, spending time with family, and maybe shopping for some people too, because that's when that's when the sales start as well. So,
do you have Black Friday on Ireland? Yeah. How big is
Black
it?
Friday.
Yeah.
It's quite big. It's interesting because I was asking people sort of this year, did you take advantage of it? And some people did. Some people went all out. I suppose I would say some people went all out and spent like 500, 600 quid, and then other people are kind of like whatever. Like I was out on Black Friday myself, and I was looking to get a phone, and it was like I was in town, and it was honestly it was so messy. It was like, there's actually a saying in Irish again is "Vishe dov ledine," which means it was black with people. It was people everywhere, and eventually I just kind of said, nah, this is actually too busy for me.
Also for e-commerce, right? It's big for e-commerce.
Yeah, huge for e-commerce. It's interesting one too. Is like it's so some of the channels I'd love to get into is like student discounts. So because I'm doing that master's in AI at the moment, I have all access to all the student discount apps, and they always do like fantastic deals for e-commerce, and the same for Cyber Monday as well. So those are some other avenues that I think we'd be able to hopefully explore further on down the line. But in terms of buying habits, I would say it's much the same as anywhere else. It's there's definitely an uptick, but it's I suppose. Yeah.
What other shopping events are in Ireland? I think on St. Patrick's Day, the sales go up for everybody. Or No.
I would say yes, because I would say yes because of, well, definitely in terms of brick and mortar stores, mainly because the population doubles for Dublin in that day. So you have all the tourists and everybody coming in who want to spend St. Patrick's Day in Dublin, and so more people, more sales. So I would definitely say, around St. Patrick's Day. I don't know, but I would believe it. And definitely the typical times, the run up to Christmas, anywhere from, I suppose, late October through to December, and then on into January. That the same 4-month period as anybody else. There's an uptick in sales, and obviously as well, we have to remember that it's completely dependent on the vertical. If you're selling garden furniture, you're gonna sell more garden furniture in the summer. But you might sell more.
If you sell evergreen products on any holiday, the sales are a little higher, even the product doesn't relate to the holiday or not, because people are in the rush to buy things and go like that.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's definitely true. There's been some interesting ones though I've come across. Like there was a store I was speaking to sometime last year that, like, oh, sorry, I forgot, the school rush, massive one. There's the school rush. There's huge.
What's that?
Back to school.
So
back to school.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, back to school. So, like, let's say I remember I was speaking to a woman last year who does all of does I think it was 70% of her business for the year is all done. She was doing shoes, and it was all done within the September period. And then there was another interesting one was communion dresses. So people doing their first Holy Communion. So for kids.
What's that?
So do you get? Oh, well, I don't know. You guys are probably Orthodox, right? So it might be a bit different. Yeah. But So it's you get baptized. You get baptized. You do your confession. Then you do your communion. Then you do your confirmation. So that's the Catholic way of doing things. So the first Holy Communion is kind of the first big event where you bring your family all together, and you kind of, your granddad slips you 50 quid and says, "Don't tell your mom," and everybody, the whole family's around, and it's kind of a big event. So I was speaking to a shop last year that only dealt with communion gear, and
I think another big one. Sorry.
Go on.
No. You
no. So only did communion wear, and they did all of their sales from March, between March and April.
What is communal wear?
We're talking
dresses,
like suits, dresses.
Just for that event.
Yeah. I remember at my communion there was a few guys in tracksuits, so it's up to yourself. Another guy in a Hawaiian shirt and board shorts. So it's there's nothing. I suppose it's whatever your parents are feeling like, really. Mihai, you had a question?
Yeah, I think another big one is Halloween, who has his roots in Samhain in the Celtic tradition. No. Yeah,
Samhain is how it's pronounced. It's So Ihauna is Halloween. So it's the night of Samhain. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Halloween is a big one. Yeah, for sure. I'd imagine that James from Candy Cave, I'd say that's a big one for him. There's absolutely there's a bit of a
that's the Black Friday for Candy Cave.
Sorry, what's it?
That's the Black Friday for Candy Cave.
Exactly, it's the Black Friday for Candy Cave. You're dead right. There's definitely, I think, around any large event, there's going to be some kind of influence on sales. There's going to be, probably even Easter too. To be honest, Easter is another one. I would say that's probably it. But again, it depends. People are always buying. People always want. What's the point of making money if you're not spending it?
Ireland is a religious country.
Not so much anymore, but historically, yes. Historically, like I would say I'm Catholic by identity, not by creed.
I'm asking because I want to do my research to know what holidays and you celebrate, like for what Irish people celebrate, to know what types of campaigns.
I see. I just thought you were genuinely curious.
No. I'm doing
ulterior.
I'm doing my research.
But yeah, no, it's definitely. I would say, yeah, I would say, yeah, like I said, identity not by creed. So it's just because what happened in the north was mostly to do with Catholics versus Protestants. So that's why I say identity, but I don't go to mass. So unless it's an event, like I like a christening, a wedding. Wedding season probably too, actually.
When is the wedding season and how it's a wedding with Irish people?
A lot of songs. Again, songs are everything.
Live artists. Uh-huh.
Oh no! Like as in like a rite of passage for an Irish person is you need to be able to have maybe 3-4 songs that you're able to sing at an event at any given time. So you need to have like a couple of songs, because we have like sing-song sessions. So they're all, they would be a cappella songs that are kind of, ready to go. They're usually stories, like ballads.
Every Irish person?
I'm maybe exaggerating, but I would say so, to be honest. Everyone's able to sing at least one track. They have it in the back pocket at any given time. So lots of songs. And,
I'm embarrassed. I want to hear one.
And why are you embarrassed?
Because I want to ask Manus too.
Oh, this will be the jingle. This will be the jingle of the podcast, season 3.
Yeah.
Let's see now. Let's hope I still got it. I shouldn't have been smoking all day. Of all the money I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm I done, alas, 'twas done to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and God be with you all. Oh, if I had money enough to spend, and leisure time to stay a while, there is a fair maid in this town, whose beauty does my heart beguile. Those rosy cheeks and ruby lips together hold my heart in thrall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and God be with you all. Oh, all the comrades I had were sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts I had would give me one more day to stay. But so this falls into my lot, that I should rise and you should not. So I gently rise and softly call. Good night, and God be with you all. There you go.
Wow. Bravo.
Thank you, Manus.
No worries.
Golden buzz.
So surprising and so beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. And all the people sing together. One guy chooses a song or girl.
One at a time. There's some that everyone sings together, and there's some that everyone sings just solo. So there's ones that it's got like the Rattling Bog, which is as a song that's pretty much there's a person leading and then a load of people follow. So, and the person usually decides the lyrics as they go. So it would be something like,
how many people?
It could be like 40, 50 people even. It could be huge. It could be massive amount of people depending on the situation.
And somebody sing and everybody else listen. Yeah. And
the one person leads. Yeah, one person leads. So in that for that song, for example, it would be like one person. Not the one that I sang, but that would be like a solo. But then the ones for like the Rattling Bog, for example, is like one guy says like it's like Oro the Rattling Bog, the bog down in the valley o, Oro the Rattling Bog, the bog down in the valley o. That's everyone together. And then the leader goes like, and in that bog there was a hole, a rare bog, a rattling hole. And then it goes the bog in the hole, the bog down in the valley o. And the next one is the tree in the hole in the bog, and the bog down in the valley o. And then it's the branch of the tree in the hole, and the bog down in the valley o. And then it's the twig and the branch, the tree in the hole, the bog in the ground, the bog down in the valley o. And it goes like that. So and then everyone sings together, and everyone so there's a few there's ones that are like ballads and ones that are kind of community songs, shall we say.
I remembering from our language, I think un elefant se legăna pe o pânză de paianjen, something like that. And one elephant dance on a web, a spider web, 2 elephants, and it goes like that forever. I think
it's a lullaby.
Yes, it's kind of similar. Yeah. It's kind of similar, but people get like really, really granular with it. They say like, on that bird there was a flea, a rare flea, a rattling flea, and then it goes like smaller and smaller and smaller, or bigger and bigger and bigger, depending on the situation.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's an interesting one. We'll have to get you over for a session. We'll when you're in Dublin next for our next event, which I think will be in March. Do
you have the date?
We don't have a date yet. It is still in the works, but it'll be confirmed soon, hopefully. And I'll bring you to a few good bars for a few songs.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you'll enjoy yourselves.
Super nice surprise and infusion of Irish culture. Thank you very much.
No worries at all. No worries. I need to brush up on that. It was a tiny bit rusty, but sure, look, it's grand.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, go on.
Would you like to ask the Blitz questions for Manus?
Yeah, Manus, I have 50 questions. Answer rapid fire.
Okay.
Let's
go.
Do you feel more Irish, Hawaiian, or like a global citizen?
Irish.
What does home really mean to you?
Ireland.
What did growing up connected to Hawaii teach you?
Good question. I would say that we both don't like the British.
What did South America teach you about people?
People are kind no matter what the circumstance.
What was your biggest cultural shock growing up?
Moving to Donegal when I was so that's from Dublin up to the countryside. So moving from the city to the countryside when I was 14 and 15, and I tell you, it's a different world.
Guinness in Dublin or a cocktail on a Hawaiian beach?
Guinness in Dublin any day of the week, but I don't drink. But when I did, Guinness. You need to put the money back in the economy.
Irish mountains or Pacific Ocean?
Well, I'm gonna take Pacific Ocean. I think, to be honest, I do like the heat.
What's your most Irish personality trait?
Talking fast. Or the language, actually, or speaking Irish, probably, actually.
What's a stereotype about Irish people that's complete?
A stereotype that's completely fake. I think you got interrupted, no?
Oh, right, okay, I got interrupted there. A stereotype that's completely fake. Yeah, I would say. Well, there's three off the top of my head. Is that we're all alcoholics. There's a terrible stereotype in the States that we abuse women. That's definitely not true. And third of all, that we all love to fight. I would say that's just not true at all.
That's from Conor McGregor.
Listen, we don't talk about him. He's okay. He's not I could do a whole separate podcast on what I think of Conor McGregor.
One childhood habit you still have today?
I don't know. Talking fast.
What attracted you the most?
Stubborn, being stubborn. I think that's it. Being stubborn. I'd say that's what it is. Yeah.
What attracted the most to perform it?
I think a few different things, but I know a lot of Romanians who live in Ireland, and so I've always kind of vibed with them. So I liked that aspect of it. I also thought that Doreen was just great crack. To be honest, I thought he was he was a character. So that was definitely something that got me. And I think honestly the overall just interaction that I had with Anna and Doreen over the course of the hiring period. So yeah.
What was your first thought when you got the offer? First thing you made.
This is going to be big. This is good. Well, I said this is going to be a challenge, actually, I think. So, yeah.
Are you more of an authoritative or a collaborative leader?
Collaborative.
Okay.
I don't believe in being authoritative.
What's the toughest decision you've had to make as a leader?
Toughest decision I'd say I'd have to is the decision I made to start to recognize and address my own flaws.
What quality matters the most for a country manager?
Good question. I would say, well, in this context, I would say being a people person, really, because you need to be able to get to know people and make connections.
How do you handle pressure?
I think well. I usually perform well under pressure. It's the before the pressure where I get worried. But when it's crunch time, I usually perform well.
Do you have things like breathing or things like that? No, doesn't matter. What mistake shaped you the most?
What mistake shaped me the most?
Yeah.
Choosing the wrong companies.
KPIs or company culture? What comes first?
Company culture.
Describe Ireland business environment in 3 words.
Competitive, driven, social.
Why has Ireland become such a major tech hub in Europe?
Because we have very, very low corporate tax. But also we have an educated workforce. Educated workforce, low corporate tax, English speaking.
What could Romania learn from Ireland's economic model?
Drop the corporate tax, invest more money on education to ensure that the majority of your population are ready for the work when it arrives.
Dublin or regional Ireland? Where is the real opportunity for e-commerce?
I think it's going to be actually in regional Ireland. It's going to be rural. It's going to be in rural Ireland. I think because that's where people have more of an opportunity to take chances because they're not under economic pressure.
Is the Irish model still sustainable long term?
The current marketing model?
No, the taxation of the country.
No, it's not. The big issue that we have at the moment is that we have no other industry. If the American companies leave, we have nothing. We have nothing else. So at the moment, we may as well be the 51st state. We are very much under the thumb of America.
Which industry in Ireland will grow the most in the next 5 years? What do you think?
I'm sure the Irish government would like me to say AI, but I think France probably has that one wrapped up now. But I am a firm believer that the likes of e-commerce will be a major mover in Ireland. I think that's just the way that the world is going.
Post-Brexit Ireland, more opportunity or more pressure?
Two sides to it, really. It's more opportunity because we're the last, again, quotation mark, English-speaking country in Europe. So, people need to have offices here. So if they did have their head office in the UK, they it's no use to them anymore. So there is more opportunities from an Irish perspective, and it's also very useful that we still have that special connection, I suppose, which is the Common Travel Act, which is the free movement of goods and services to and from Ireland and the UK. So that's something that plays in our favour.
Is affiliate marketing underrated or misunderstood?
Misunderstood, definitely. I think people don't have a good grasp of what it is.
Will AI simplify or disrupt performance marketing?
Simplify. It already is.
Yeah. What skills should young professionals develop if they want to succeed in digital marketing? AI.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, AI. But it's not just that though. I think that a skill that is lacking in today, like, I don't want to sound like an old person here, like all the kids these days, but I mean like young people. I think it's going to be having a personality. I think is being able to hold a conversation and to get people to trust and like you.
Yes. What's the biggest risk for the industry in 2026 for e-commerce?
AI. No, I think it could well be AI, because there's talk now. I was listening to a podcast recently where already they have AI agents that are deciding purchases for their owners. So it could be and they could be very easily manipulated. So I think it's something that we need to stay on top of. Maybe ChatGPT might become the main source of traffic in the near future, because they have a very, very, very hush covert deal going on with Shopify.
We will see. We will see. Google also has a good deal with Shopify. We will see.
True. We will see.
A book that influenced you?
The Power of Positive Thinking.
A CEO that you admire?
A CEO that I admire?
Yeah.
Who do I like? Tough one. Pass. I don't know.
A non-negotiable value.
Non-negotiable value. Honesty.
Ireland or US for launching a startup?
Ireland. Has to be Ireland. Ireland. This is the path. Ireland, UK, US. You prove it in Ireland, you go to the UK. You prove it in the UK, you go to the US. Everything is social proof. Everything is social. Not just social proof, but it's you need to. It's been done. Yeah.
Remote work or office?
Remote, man. Remote.
Coffee
I
or
hate
tea?
the commute.
Coffee. Okay. What motivates you every morning?
What motivates me every morning is the future. I'm incredibly optimistic for the future. I can't wait for it, even though I'm living it right now.
What advice would you give your 20-year-old self?
I would say travel more and travel more. Don't spend so much money, and probably party less. Develop yourself more,
and invest in Bitcoin.
No. Oh well, yes, obviously invest in Bitcoin. Yeah. Investment, but get out 2 months ago.
If you weren't a country manager, what would you be doing?
I'd hopefully be working in football. That would be the dream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Manus, thank you very much. I don't know where Mihai left.
Oh, Mihai's here. He's back.
He's here. Thank you very much, Manus. It was interesting to learn more about you and Ireland and Irish culture. I hope that you will do great things at To Performant, and you're an awesome guy, man. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks very much for having me. It's been great.
Thanks. We'll do it again, I'm sure.
Absolutely,
Cheers.
100%.
It's up,
Slán.
it's down, it's fast, it's slow, it's sad, it's happy, it's flat, it's moody, it's the rhythm of life.